Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter and Vero at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to part 2 to today's DCEU Daily. Yes, I pressed the camera button instead of the pause button. It ended the first video, so I've uploaded the first, and now you've got the second as well. So there's more DC Extended Universe news, because people have been reporting back to me after seeing test screenings of Black Adam, very exciting, that the film is about 1 hour and 59 minutes. And can we normalise shorter films, not being accused of, doing the director and his vision badly, and it's just a short movie. Star Wars A New Hope was under 2 hours or around 2 hours. Is that a bad movie because it was 2 hours long? No, I love all sorts of different run times. I like 4 hour movies, 3 hour movies, 3.5 hour movies, 90-minute movies, and 2 hour movies. So that's the first thing. It's around 2 hours. They may do some more for the movie. We just don't know yet. They could have subtracted some things in the movie, so you, the test audience, didn't know what was going on. But there was a cameo. But not the kind of cameo we've been shouting and screaming for. Who knows? That maybe wasn't included in this cut of the movie. But we do know that James Gunn's wife, Amelia Harcourt, is going to cameo in Black Adam. And if it was just that, it wouldn't be particularly interesting. They wouldn't have even done it, because they know what's the point. But this is exciting. Apparently, according to my sources, Amelia Harcourt turns up with Waller's team and captures Black Adam at the end of the movie. This now makes Peacemaker a very, very important, exciting piece of DCEU content in 2022. It's the first piece of DCEU content that's going to be released in the new year, in January. Why are they capturing Black Adam at the end of his own movie? Are they capturing him because they think he's a threat? Are they capturing him so they can make him a member of the Suicide Squad? Or is there a new threat in the DC Extended Universe and they're capturing superpowered beings? And how do you capture someone like Black Adam? Well, there is one way, and this could mean we could get a Shazam cameo in the Black Adam movie. What if Amelia and Waller's team, not necessarily the Suicide Squad, one of Waller's teams, turns up with Shazam, and Shazam is the only one who can do some magic or something to stop Black Adam from escaping, and helps Amelia and Waller's team capture Black Adam. That would mean that Shazam could be in this movie, because I can't actually see what way or other means there is to actually capture Black Adam. So these are facts. Amelia Harcourt is at the end of the movie. I made this prediction about her capturing or convincing him to join the Suicide Squad. It's come out now through my sources, and many other people are saying it, that she brings one of Waller's teams with her and they capture Black Adam. But maybe it's not actually Shazam himself who cameos in Black Adam. Remember, this is just a theory, this is not part of the test screenings. But what if it's one of the other members of the Shazam family who come in and help Amelia and Waller's team capture Black Adam? So what does this say about the DCEU going forward? In part 1 of today's show, we spoke about people saying that Doctor Strange and Spider-Man No Way Home are ruining the hype for the Flash movie. And I exposed that narrative for what it is, a shit take. But what does this say about next year? Amelia Harcourt turns up at the end of Black Adam with Waller's team, catches Black Adam. One thing. Connectivity, important. A beginning of an arc that's probably going to start in Peacemaker. Peacemaker is probably going to reveal what this huge threat is and why they need super-powered beings like Black Adam in the first place. And it looks like James Gunn and Walter Hamada are working at this together. This also means that there could be a Suicide Squad 3, or this is part of an extended arc of the new central multiverse strategy Extended Universe. That there's such a big threat that they need people like Black Adam. Have the Suicide Squad and the Justice League joined forces? They would have to, surely, if they're going around recruiting people like the Shazam family. Again, just a theory. So there could be such a huge threat that they need these superpowered beings. Already, we can see that the DC Extended Universe has a connective tissue, that it's bringing Amelia in at the end of a Black Adam movie to capture Black Adam. And what does that mean? Well, it's to be continued. We're not going to know. This is great. This is what I want to see. And people are always going to scream that the DC Extended Universe is copying the MCU with these things. People have been telling stories for years, interconnected stories, not necessarily in movies, but in TV shows. We've seen this kind of thing all the time, especially in Arrowverse. So you can't and in Smallville, we've seen these things for years. This is not a copied and panted thing for, you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So they're allowed to do this. But this is exciting. It means now that Peacemaker and Black Adam have a connective tissue. And then we get to the Flash movie that's going to have so many DC cameos and DC character appearances, including the iconic Michael Keaton's Batman. So that's there. So surely there's going to have to be a cameo or two in the Aquaman movie, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Very, very interesting. So basically, Ann Sarnoff has stuck to her promise that we are going to get an interconnected DC multiverse universe. And at the end of the day, this is what I've wanted all along. You can't tell me, and I don't know if I forgot already if I spoke about this in my first video, but you can't tell me you weren't excited when you saw the two Flashes meet in Crisis. And the hype for it. I probably did already mention it, but whatever, we'll mention it again. Same hype as Spider-Man No Way Home. No difference. The hype was there, the trends were there. This is what people want. And I want to stand for not just the Snyderverse fandom, which I do because I love Snyder's take, but I want to stick with the fans. I want to stand with the fans that haven't got what they wanted, who have been reading DC Comics for years, and they want this type of stuff. The Black Adam fans getting something they want. The Keaton Batman stands getting what they want. Seeing crossovers and cameos and a connective tissue finally in the DC Extended Universe. This is exactly what the franchise needs and what the audience wants. So this is a very, very good idea, and I'm very excited about it. So just to finish off this part of the video, Amelia Hardcore, played by James Gunn's wife, is cameoing at the very end of the Black Adam movie. Her and Waller's team capture Black Adam. For what reason, we don't know. But this means there is an arc, there's a bigger threat coming, and this is very exciting. Very exciting indeed. And don't forget Jim Lee's mural at this year's DC Fandom and how it was hinting at a greater crisis on Infinite Earths or something even bigger and more exciting and awesome. This points to something huge happening. This is a huge year of DC live action where most of it will be connected, and I couldn't be more excited. Now let me clear my throat before I talk about the Flash Series 8 Armageddon. Sorry about that. Morning throat, can't be helped, as usual. So, DC superfan and all-round geek Scott Edwards has asked me, begged me for weeks to talk about Armageddon. I've watched it slowly but surely. I've seen all 5 episodes. So what do I think of the Flash Season 8 Armageddon? Well, you know, it's a bit of a mixed bag. They did tell us that this was going to be a crossover event. It wasn't really a crossover event like you would think. It's nothing like Crisis. The thing is, some of the crossovers, there's appearances rather than a big team of a crossover. Different characters appear in each episode. So the Batwoman one wasn't great. It was just so transparent. And I didn't like her appearance. It didn't do nothing for me. I think that Black Lightning was awesome. I thought Damien Dark really worked. Him and Grant, him and that actor were really good together. So there were some really, really good crossovers. So what will I say about The Flash Armageddon? The thing I did like about it, and actually I don't even ever care about the crossovers as much, as Barry Allen and The Flash being front and centre of the story. This is the most beautiful thing about The Flash Armageddon. It's great. It works because for the first time it's not just about the whole family, the Flash family. Barry Allen is the central antagonist and it works. He's losing his mind. He thinks he's going mad. Everyone around him thinks he's going mad. He doesn't remember Joe dying. Everybody else does, but the audience knows that Joe isn't going anywhere and Joe really isn't dead. But it's interesting to us, the audience, to see where this is going. So the first few episodes of Armageddon are going along those lines. We get Brandon Routh coming back as well. He played a really good role. I enjoyed Ray coming back to Arrowverse. That was great. So it goes well. But then it's revealed that Reverse Flash is behind this. And this is where it all goes wrong. Because in the penultimate episode, I think Barry's in a world, or the episode before, Barry's in a world where the Reverse Flash has changed everything. He's created a Reverse Flashpoint. So he's with Iris West. He's the hero. Barry's the villain, and Barry's about to disappear, vanish from existence. So the Reverse Flash has created this ingenious scheme. Part of me, as much as I love Reverse Flash, would have preferred Matt to return as the Reverse Flash, considering that Wells was just a disguise, and the reason they're using Wells is because they can't use Matt, because he's busy somewhere else, obviously. But I think Matt is the one I like as the Reverse Flash. And even though I love the actor who plays Wells, I don't think he's as effective as he was in doing what he was doing in the first season. I don't think he was as effective in Armageddon as he was in Flash season 1. There's some great callbacks to season 1, especially in the finale of Armageddon when Caitlin and Wells, or Reverse Flash, are alone together. And here's the thing for me. The first few episodes are great because you don't know what's going on and what's happening to Barry. And Barry is the central antagonist, the central character, as the Flash should always be on a show called The Flash. Fixing, getting right what they got wrong. But once they deal with the Reverse Flash thing and everything fixes back and Barry fixes everything, we're only that happens in the 4th episode. So the 5th episode is all about the Reverse Flash. And he gives up and he tells Barry, I need you to save me. Because it's now the Reverse Flash that's going to disappear from existence. So Team Flash are posed with this question. Should we let him die or should we save him? So Barry talks to the team and they initially decide to save him. The two newbies say, I don't think we should do that, but they say, you weren't around to see what he did, so no, you don't get a say, which I think is a bit arrogant, and I think they certainly, and I actually like those new characters. You know, I'm crap with names, but I actually like them. They actually bring a freshness and a pureness to the group, and they're not arrogant and hateful as some of the team members we've had in the past. So they don't listen. But then Joe goes absolute nuts, and he says, I want to kill him as well, but we can't, because then we become him. That's the point. Hate hurts the hater. And once we become haters as well. So this is actually a great episode in this finale and a great moral lesson, how we don't do to others what they do to us, because I believe you me, you think it will make you feel better. It never does. So it's a great moral lesson. It's not that I don't like the finale. The problem is they finished the initial story too quickly, purposely, so they can do what they did in the finale. Now, let's talk about the real villain of this Armageddon, and what's his name? I forgot his bloody name now. It doesn't matter. You know the guy that goes after Barry from the future, tells Barry that he's going to destroy the future. That villain. That's how crap I am with names. Anyway, it would have hurt It wouldn't have hurt me, would it, to kind of look at Google before I did this video, but never mind. We go on. I thought he was well performed, he was really good, and they've left him out there for another day. He obviously fails. So he's from the future. So he saw his planet destroyed, so he comes to Earth, he sees the Flash destroy the future. So he decides it's time to kill the Flash before the Flash destroys the world. Anyway, Barry convinces this character to give him a chance, which he does, but this guy is blood hungry and he's told a lot of lies to Barry initially. So what happens in the final episode? Now he's convinced that Barry's not a threat. He now wants the Reverse Flash to die. Barry says no. And then he starts kind of using his powers to try and enact others. Or is it Oliver Queen's daughter? That's right, Maya. He turns her to his side. He casts a spell on her or whatever to kill. To basically not kill, but make sure, to kill the Reverse Flash. She fails because they talk her out of it. You know, you're a good person, really. Boom. She's all right. So the whole idea of her coming in a little bit, because there is this kind of other subplot to this. Maya is looking for her brother. I forgot his name as well. But Maya is looking for her brother. And so how are they going to deal with this? Does she continue looking for him? Does she keep on cameoing on the show? Or is she getting her own show? I don't think the actor's strong enough to pull it off. They were going to do this whole thing with these other female characters, which crashed and burned because no audience was really that interested in it, which is a shame. The weaker point of Flash Series 7 was the flash forwards, if you remember, and really that proved that they shouldn't have even come up with the idea of the female-led Arrowverse show in the first place. What Maya's appearance reminded me of is that this show misses Oliver Queen, and Oliver Queen is needed back in Arrowverse. It's like Iron Man, Tony Stark. The MCU misses him. I think there's a space there for him, and you need him, but people get old, people want to move on, and that's life, right? I was hoping that Hills would get cancelled so he could come back to Arrowverse, but not happening. Maybe he could do both. Could he appear in the Flash movie? There's a lot of potential in the Flash movie, by the way. So my final thoughts on the Flash Season 8 Armageddon, which is just the first part of this season of the Flash. I think it's a win. I think it does more good than it does bad. I think it did finish the arc too quickly, and it revealed Reverse Flash was part of it too quickly, but they paced it out because that's the way they wanted to pace it out, because they wanted to do what they did in the finale. Not necessarily how I would have done it, but the early episodes were very compelling to see Barry's mental health tested, and him to believe he's going mad, and for everyone else to start to believe he's going mad. It is Arrowverse, like the MCU. There are those cringy moments there. There's nothing we can do of that. There's nothing we can do about that. But I think that the Flash Armageddon was certainly a solid entry. And I think what you all want to hear is, and it's true, Armageddon is a step up from Series 7, and that wouldn't be hard anyway. So that is my review of the Flash Series 8 Part 1, Armageddon. What have Arrowverse got in store for the next part of this Flash series? We will find out very, very soon, but Grant Gustin has a bigger future than Arrowverse now, because he's coming to the DC Extended Universe, and I can't wait to see him in it. This has been the DCEU Daily Part 2. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection, and I'll see you again tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. Until then, goodbye. And advice about doing a video: always press the right button. Until tomorrow, I'll see you again soon. See ya.